Hello, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and welcome to Week 5, Introduction to Business, offered by the College of Lake County. We'll be covering chapters 14, which will be pricing. They come up with some kind of price scheme. We already done a little bit of that when we did personal finance, and we'll be doing a little bit more when we get into the accounting section. Um, we're going to do chapter 15, which is distribution. Is how do you move your products forward and backward. And basically, if I look at distribution, it's you're at the end of the retail chain. But remember, you may be the distributor because you may have a product if you're a brewery, and you may be distributing your product to other individuals after you make it. So you may have two of these. You could be a retailer and a distributor. Okay, and the last one is promotion. And promotion is when you're going to be doing your when you've taken the speech classes, and when they tell you to take a persuasive speech. A persuasive speech is not to yell in somebody's face. A persuasive speech is to persuade the individual to see your point of view. From a marketing perspective or from a business perspective, a persuasive marketing campaign is to show the customer why your product is better than the other product. Okay, so let's go back into, we're going to Blackboard. And when I'm looking at Blackboard, we're going to be in week 5. So we've got 14, 15, and 16. And let me just make this a little bit bigger. Okay, there we go. That's kind of big enough. And then, okay, so we're going to open up week 5. It'll be open for you. Usually don't see the other week. Make sure you start cutting and pasting information that is pertaining towards your feasibility study, service, business, because those things are closed. If you lose them, it's like opportunity points lost in business. Somebody gives you an idea, you don't write it down, you go, man, I don't know what that idea was. I wish I would have understood it. All right? So write it down, cut and paste it, and start building up. Because let's see, we're in week 5, so we're already past the tipping point. After this week, you're only going to have 3 more weeks left. I think in week 6, I'm going to start helping you along getting your feasibility paper pulled together after you've done some of the accounting and the chief financial officer finance aspect of it, and understand the banking thing. And then I'll give you the 1 week before the paper is due, where you'll be working full force on your feasibility paper. But don't wait till the end. You should have a lot of this information. Don't go, Dr. George, please open up the previous form. The only reason I don't open up is once I open up, everyone has access, and while it's in a form, I still have to maintain that there isn't any hostile communication between students, no different than what I would be doing inside the classroom when this is a virtual classroom. Okay, so you have week 5 short video for chapter 14, 15, and 16. I have them out there, but for some reason, Camtasia is the service that the college had. I have a little problem getting them up, but they should be up there by Monday, the latest. Okay, print out this week what's required. And again, this week what's going to require, you're going to read the chapters. I got a little overview on that. And then it's going to tell you that you're going to have, let's see if you can find out right away, you have a forum. Now, this forum here, let me just, it's not available. But if I look at this forum, because I have it set up, we'll open up at the prior to the week that's going to, by, because I'm a lot of times recording this over the weekend, so it's set up so it opens up the day that your class is going to be opening up. Okay, so this week forums, you have one forum worth 20 points. Make sure it's just a smaller group, 10 to 13 students. Some are more active than others, and those that aren't active, they think they're going to get a B or C out of the whole class. If you're not doing any kind of forums, most likely end up with a D or an F. So I know the forums are a pain, and well, not a pain. The forums are basically to help you learn how to manage your time and always have to respond to customers. Usually, you go into management of business, most customers don't like waiting. If they got a response to a question, they want it within 24 hours. I usually try to respond to most of the students within 24 hours, except in the forums. I'm monitoring the forums, so it gets you a chance to build that communication, build that rapport without the instructor putting his or her 2 cents in. But I do put in my comments as to spur up the forums as we go forward. As you know, I always put some some comments into the subject area. Say, class, what about this? Or if I see that you need some assistance, or you got a good idea that would benefit other students as a learning point. Okay, so now what you're going to do in this form with your product or service, always put that in the subject area. My product or service is I'm a hot dog stand, I'm a consulting, I have various products or new ventures coming out there. And what you're going to do, you're going to come up with a promotional plan for me. A promotional plan is one aspect of integrated marketing plan that we talked about in chapter 13. Now we're going to be doing the promotion, which is in chapter what do you call it, 16. Okay, so if price is your main objective, where are you going to basically advertise it? So what I'm looking at here, I want you to select 3 different medias. It could be a newspaper. It could be, that's a media when you after you read the chapter. It could be, flyers. It could be billboard. It could be social networks. You have to have 3 separate ones. Not saying I'm going to use a social network. I'm going to use Facebook. I'm going to use Twitter. I'm going to use LinkedIn because it's a professional business-to-business type of operation. You have to tell me the instrument, why, where and when. Or you're going to give the instrument, are you going to attach with it a coupon? Buy one, get one free. 50% off for the first person's, if you're a new customer coming in here and you provide me with your email. Or if you're at a, for lack of better words, if you're going to organizations, a lot of times will have a banquet or have a big outing, or they'll have some kind of a trade show or something else to bring customers in or bring clients in. At that time, a grand opening, and they hand out like pens or something else, but you have to give them your email. What you're trying to do at that time is create a database for customers that, okay, you came in here, I get some information about you. Now it's going to start building my customer base to send coupons, to send reminders, whatever. And this is going to be part of your promotional mix. So read it. Make sure you post by Tuesday. And most of you are doing real good at that. It's not that hard. When a lot of times you have Twitter or anything else, you have the smartphone or anything else, you could go in there and you could read a mail, go into your smartphone, open up Blackboard, send, hey, that's a real good idea. Read the information and then correspond back. Blackboard's open 24/7. You can see some of my posts are like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 in the morning, or like or 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock or Saturdays or Sundays. You're open. Don't try to do everything in one day. I want to sit down to Tuesday and do all my work. That's not how you would work in business. You would do what you could. You have this day's work. You put it on the board. If you look at it, I have a board, and I kind of give you an idea. And on the board, it has everything I need on there. And then from that board is I just check off what I need. So you have a board or a checklist, and you have to understand. So by Tuesday, I do the forms. And remember, Blackboard has it here. These are all the things that you could go into their calendar they have here, and not only for my class, but all the other classes, and it tells you everything that's due. This is what's due for me. I got a lot of stuff due. I got to teach several classes. It's taking a little while to load up. But see, now here's I got chapter 3 quiz. I got this quiz. I got a class. I got week 4. I got week 5. You know what I mean? So if I'm looking at this, my week's already, and this is just for my work here at the College of Lake County. So you should do pretty good at that. Okay. So let's go back into your courses, and we should be, wrong one, back online because I got kicked out. Okay. So now I'm going to go back into 804. And that's the one I'm using, and I'm going to my weekly module. You have always in there. I said we're in week 5. So you've got your form, you're doing your forms, you're all right. You have one Learn Smart. I'm only going to cover chapter 13. Not Learn Smart chapter 13. It was supposed to be chapter 16. I just tagged that on there. And you're going to have a quiz on chapter 14 and 15. Okay? My error in that, but it's worth 30 points. And it's a Learn Smart. So basically, it's going to take a little time. I have it set for 40 minutes. Remember, when you sign up for this class, it says in my syllabi, it says it's graded forms, Monday through Wednesday. It also informed you that this class is a 16-week course condensed into 8 weeks. and you were doing good. You're at the end. In a couple of weeks, you're going to be finished with this class, and you have a little break before you start to fall. Okay, so we have that. So you're going to do the Learn Smart setup for 40 minutes. Go through it, read the chapter. Should be the last thing that you do. Do the quizzes. Quizzes are fairly easy. It's I think there's 10 points for each quiz for each chapter, and they're worth 1.5 points, whatever it is. It comes up to 30 points, and then a form is 60 points. You should do very well. And before you know it, in 2 weeks, you'll be doing your presentation, your feasibility, everything you're talking in the forums. If you've been active in the forums, you already got most of your paper written. If you haven't been active, you better start catching up because you have other homework and other classes. And this class, you should do well, because it's 150 points. That's a lot of points out there in the forums and everything else, and you're learning a lot. And this is something that you could do if you're going to a business and you're hiring. You say, I got a degree in business management, I got a degree in business administration or marketing, and here's a portfolio or something I did with a new idea, a new concept, or a new business I was thinking about. So now they can see what you've written up, and even though it's not a business plan, it's a feasibility, they can see the rationale of how you learn and how you would go through the process and come up with a conclusion and give me an executive summary and give me a recommendation that this project should go for the next step. Okay, so my name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is Introduction to Business. You're in Take Me Online. This is week 5, covering chapters 14, pricing, 15, distribution, and chapter 16 is on promotion. And I'll see you in the forum. Make sure you post your first forum by Tuesday. Bye.